So let's talk about side hustles a little bit. And more specifically, let's talk about how you can create as a teenager a $10,000 side hustle, even if you're starting from scratch. I remember back in my teenage years, I don't know what I was doing, but I had no ambition to start any sort of business, to make any sort of extra money on the side, because I was too focused on other things, whether it was school or playing sports. I wasn't watching videos like these trying to know how to better myself and to become wealthy at an early age. So just by you clicking on this video, I know that you are someone special. So I'm going to try to make sure I provide some kind of value for you in this video for anyone who's watching. So when you leave this video, you will have the beginning steps in order to start making passive income. And in exchange for that, all I want you to do is just tap that like button ever so lightly, just until it changes colors, so that I know you guys appreciate getting this information for free 99, and it makes my heart a little bit happier seeing those likes go up. But let's talk about the first $10,000 side hustle that you can start as a teenager. And this side hustle was actually one of the first things that got me started into watching YouTube videos, and that is actually by dividend investing. So dividend investing is a very particular type of stock market investing. It's not necessarily where you buy and trade stocks hoping that they go up in value, but it's more so where you buy a stable stock, a stable company that consistently pays out dividends on a monthly or a quarterly basis. Usually these well-established companies includes the name of Coca-Cola, Google, Pepsi. I think Apple even started paying dividends even. But the point is that you're buying a stock that pays a dividend, and thereby you owning that stock, you are entitled to the cash flow that it provides on an annual basis. So how this works is that, for example, if you bought a $100 stock that paid a $10 dividend on an annual basis, this stock will have a 10% dividend yield. So every $100 of this stock that you buy, you'll get another $10 added on to the $10 you already own. So if you saved up $1,000 and bought 10 shares of this hypothetical company, you'll be earning $100 a year in passive income just by you holding it in your portfolio. Now, this is obviously a very simplified example, but it does go to show how easy it really is to start dividend investing. But going on to the second side hustle that you can start for passive income as a teenager, this side hustle is actually going to be more geared towards those who are already addicted to social media, which I know that a lot of people are, whether we want to admit it or not, and that is going to be by managing social media accounts. Now, before I start to get comments and questions talking about how can you manage the social media account if you have no experience, I want to let you guys in on a little bit of secret. Most influencers and most YouTubers would love to have someone help them manage their day-to-day activities, whether it's scheduling or posting, for a small nominal fee. Now, nominal fee, this could be anywhere from $20 a post or $20 a month, but the idea is that you don't want to only work for one YouTuber. If you manage the posting of a social media account and you charge $20 a month and it only takes you 1 hour a week to do this, you can then say, hey, what if I scale this up to 10 YouTubers? Or what if I scale this up to 100 YouTubers or influencers and started hiring people out to help me with my scheduling business? And how you can get started with this is just by sending out a ton of emails to as many influencer emails that you can find. And if you send out 1,000 emails and you get one person to say yes to $20 a month, then this is your first step towards passive income. Because as you get that one customer, you can start to get testimonies that you can use for other customers, and then start to bring people in. And now you have the beginnings of a fully functional business just by having an idea that you want to manage influencers' posts and likes and everything for them, to give them more peace of mind and to give you more money in your pocket. And for those people who want their feet in the dirt, they want to be out on the streets hustling, not at a desk, this next side hustle will definitely be more geared towards you, and that side hustle is retail arbitrage. Now, retail arbitrage may not necessarily be a completely passive source of income, because you do have to go to the stores every single time you want to make a sale, but I believe that if you build up a good system, if you build up a good funnel of how you get your sales or how you get your inventory, it can definitely develop itself into a passive source of income very, very quickly. And what retail arbitrage is when you go to stores or when you go to other outlets that are having sales and their prices on their inventory is 50 to 60% off, you then buy that same inventory, whether it's shoes, whether it's commodities, whether it's Walmart clearance items, and sell them on eBay and Amazon for the retail price, and securing that 50 to 60% profit when you sell your item. Now, the thing with retail arbitrage is that it's a little similar to dividend investing, meaning that you have to have some money to get started. However, if you are starting from complete broke, complete beginning, you have no money, a good way to get started with your initial inventory is to flip free items on Craigslist. A lot of the times these days, people are willing to give their things away from free if it means that they don't have to deal with the hassle of disposing of it correctly. So let's say a person has a piano in their living room that they just don't ever play, it's just taking up space, but they don't want to pay movers hundreds of dollars to get rid of it. So instead they put it on Facebook Marketplace, say, hey, anyone who wants to pick this up can have it, no charge, just get it out of my house. You can then take that same baby grand piano, flip it on eBay and Amazon, and now you have a couple $1,000s in your pocket to get started on your retail retail arbitrage business. And if you think that that's too hard, well, let's actually talk about starting a fully functional business for passive income. That is going to be something that's been going completely viral on the internet lately, and that is by starting a side hustle / whole entire business through pressure washing services. Now, when I first started scrolling through TikToks of people doing all of these pressure washing, I gotta admit that it is a very satisfying service to have. Having years of grind wiped away with water, and then being a customer not having to go through a hassle of scheduling an appointment because the people come to my door and ask me, it just seems like a very efficient business model. So to explain how this business model works is that you buy or rent yourself a good pressure washer. Once you have your good pressure washer, you then go and knock on as many doors as you can find and ask them on the spot if they want their driveway or if they want their walkways clean. And by doing it on the spot, it does two major things. Number one, it eliminates the inconvenience of the person of having to schedule it and having to be home at the time where the serviceman is coming to wash their yard. It eliminates basically the back and forth, which is one of the major reasons why most deals fall through. And the second thing is that it makes the customer have to make a quick decision on whether they want it or not. And even if for a split second they think that it might be a good idea or it might be a good deal for you to go through with your pressure washing services, more than likely they will say yes if the price is fair enough. So within 8 hours of a day, go knock on 100 doors and try to get 5 people to say yes to a pressure washing where you charge $100 for a long driveway and stairs and walkways included. If you knock on 100 doors and get 5 people to say yes, you could be making $500 a day through this pressure washing business. Now, as I said, a lot of these examples are extremely simplified, but you can definitely get started on it with just one door, just one customer, and build your experience that way. But moving on to the next $10,000 source of passive income that you can start as a teenager, this is actually going to be by starting a vending machine business. Now, vending machines have been around forever. At any major grocery store, any major outlet, you probably see them everywhere. But the thing is that the technology is not necessarily outdated because people continue to use them for their convenience. And if you're able to get your hands on your own vending machine where you can load up your own snacks or drinks, you can then use the same method as the last few sources of passive income, where you just ask as many businesses as you can find whether you can put your vending machine in their office. And once you get one business to say yes, you can then start to gather data of what drinks do best, what snacks do best, and rinse and repeat once your inventory gets low. And before you know, you will only have to be checking your machine once or twice a month while it's bringing in revenue every single day from people purchasing snacks. But moving on to a more creative source of passive income that you can start as a teenager, and this is actually something that I wanted to do when I started out in college, but I didn't have enough money to do it, and that is going to be house hacking. Now, how house hacking works is when you buy a house or an apartment or a duplex that has an extra bedroom and you have a mortgage on your property, but you then rent out your extra bedrooms to other people and you have their rent cover your mortgage and then some. So if you bought a duplex and your monthly payment was $1,000 and you lived in one side of the duplex, but you rented out the other side of the duplex for $1,200, by house hacking in this method, you'll be making $200 a month in passive income while also living for completely free because your overall mortgage payment is completely covered. I think that this is a great way to make passive income for someone who doesn't have a big family or someone who doesn't have a spouse, because you will be freeing your most important wealth building asset up, which is your income. And the less amount of your income you have to pay the debt collectors, the more that you can use to build up your own wealth and become wealthy even faster than any of your peers. And the last and my favorite $10,000 side hustle of this video is going to be social media monetization. Social media monetization is when you start an account on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and you start posting videos, and once you're able to put ads on those videos, once people watch your videos, you will start to receive a portion of the AdSense revenue to you for having people interested in your video. Now, the reason why I think that this is the best form of passive income as a teenager is that you have very little overhead costs to get started. Most people now have iPhones that have far superior camera quality than any DSLR in the past, and by just starting and posting videos online, you are putting your own digital rental properties on the internet. And every time someone clicks on that digital property, aka that video, when they are giving their attention to that video, they are going to be paying you rent in the form of AdSense revenue. They may not directly be coming out of pocket in terms of money, but their attention on your video, they're watching your video, will cause them to watch ads, and them watching the ads will cause you to get paid for your creativity and your hard work of making those videos. And I have videos on my channel from 2 to 3 years ago that are still making money today, and I haven't even looked at those videos to see what they're about. If that's not the most truest form of passive income there is, then I I don't know what is. But if you did find value in this video and you are a teenager who's looking to get started on their journey of building wealth and creating passive income, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I make videos like this all the time. And also, if you want a head start, then go down into the description, where if you sign up to the public app and don't deposit any money, they will give you a free stock valued anywhere from $300 to $300. But make sure you stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.